This is the plaintiff, Edward Cunningham. He says he was driving his Uber car with a passenger when the defendant rear-ended him on the highway. She started yelling at him, saying it was his fault, but it wasn't. It was hers, 100%. He's been driving longer than the defendant's been alive. She owes him the $1,787. It's gonna cost him to fix his car, and he's suing for it. Here and now. This is the defendant, Dina Singh-Q. She says the crazy plaintiff cut into her lane because he was in the wrong one, and he hit her 2019 Chevy Equinox, causing extensive damage. He has some nerve suing her when this whole accident was his fault because he made a radical and unsafe move. Oh, him? Ha! She's accused of rear-ending a guy. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $4,223.68 for damage sustained to her truck.
All parties, please use your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff was driving his Uber when the defendant rear-ended him, but the defendant says he cut into her lane. It's the case of stay in your lane.
All right, Mr. Cunningham and Ms. Singh-Q, you guys ran into each other literally on the road, correct? You were driving where and she was driving where? I want you to go ahead and come up to this board and pick a car to be you. Okay. And pick a car to be her. All right. So which one is you?
I'm here.
Okay, and there's how many lanes? It's
3 lanes. This is the extreme left, center, and this right lane only goes south.
Okay.
I was heading northbound on Mineola Avenue.
All right, so you two are in 2 lanes next to each other. Her lane can go which directions?
It could go straight as well as turn, but...
And then your lane can go in which directions?
Can turn also, and, there's 2 other lanes
Wait. The lane you're in can turn?
Right, it could turn because...
Wait. If her lane can go left or go straight, are you saying your lane can also go left or go straight?
Well, the problem is when it's rush hour peak, everybody's exiting off the LIE.
That's not my question.
Well, that's the problem. You cannot, you have to turn here, so I signal.
Sir, my question is, what are the lanes designated? Are you saying, as you said in your complaint, that both your lanes can either turn left or go straight?
Right, they both can.
Is that correct? Is that what you're saying?
This one is more far extreme left.
That's not my question.
It's both. You could do both.
How on earth can that be? Because if the 2 lanes are here, and this one can go left or go straight, and you can go left or go straight, she can go straight, you can go left, and you crash. So that can't be right, what you're saying.
Again, there's no way to get into this far lane, so the turning lane, you can turn from the center.
Or you might have to go straight if you're not in the correct lane, if you can't squeeze in there, and you might have to go straight and then make a U-turn somewhere.
All cars turn when it's rush hour.
Does anyone have a picture of the intersection? Okay, is this the intersection?
Yes.
Okay, you see what I'm saying? She's in the extreme right lane. She has the opportunity to turn right or go straight. The lane to the right of her cannot possibly have the same opportunities or there would be accidents. The city planners are at least more intelligent than that, okay? So your lane that you're in, which is to the right of her, can only go straight. I know it's not your favorite lane. I know your favorite lane is the one she's already in, but you weren't in that lane. You were waiting your turn. So what you wanted to do was go ahead and merge into the traffic. How is that accident her fault?
Well, like I said, this lane, there's no way to get over. Everybody's exiting from the LIE, and people do turn there. You just signal to turn because
you just signal to squeeze your way in.
No, there's 2 other lanes. There's a center and an outer lane.
This is the lane you're in, right?
Yes.
What's that arrow show?
It shows straight, but I signal to get over to there. There's not just there's 3 lanes. There's a center and an outer lane.
So what you're trying to do is alert her that your plans are to infiltrate what she's already in. Right?
But I'm not turning really into, if she's in the extreme left, I'm not turning in that left. I'm turning to the center or the outer lane.
Go ahead and go back. So you have the accident. The client is in there. Tell me from your perspective where you got hit and what happened. Go ahead and come on up and show me what you say happened.
We were both here when the light was red. And then when the light changed, I started going up and he came and cut me off and clipped me right here. on my front driver's side, and I hit his.
How far did you get?
Not very far. He started to go, I started to go, and he cut me off. I was still going straight.
Okay.
You know, I knew he couldn't make the left, so.
Right. Well, he can. You just thought he wasn't going to make a
I
left.
wasn't expecting him to make a left.
Okay, go ahead and go back to the podium and let me ask you a few questions. What happens after the accident? Do both cars pull over to talk or stay right where they are, or what happens?
We both pulled over. I asked him, why did you just make that left? And he said, because he can. I turned him around. I said, no, you can't. You can only go straight in your lane. And he said, well, I have a passenger. I don't have time for this. I said, I would like a police report. He said, I don't have time. We'll just do it through insurance. We'll exchange information. We exchanged information. He took off. I waited for the police to come. I tried to give a statement. He said, we can't do
How old are
anything.
you?
30.
Okay. According to you, you tell her, I told her I've been driving longer than she's been alive and to calm down.
Well, she started screaming at me initially. But again, I didn't wait for the police because I wanted to get Carlos, the passenger, to his work.
Yeah, try not having an accident. He'll get there faster.
Well, my license is clean, Judge.
I don't care that your license is clean. I care that the arrow says straight. You see? That's what you're supposed to do. Go straight. It's not the way you want to go because you want to make a left. So if you do a block earlier, get into the left-hand lane. Because if you haven't, you cannot merge into the lane you didn't wait in line for in order to make a left you're not authorized to make. This is so simple. I can't believe you had the hubris to sue her.
So if insurance pays for the accident, what can somebody sue for if they were not in the wrong?
Personal injury. Personal injury.
But the insurance company would pay for personal injury too, the other car. Is there anything that the insurance company would pay?
Probably negligent driving.
But that's what the insurance company pays. So you have no recourse to sue if you're the aggrieved party?
No, you don't. It's already covered.
What can you sue for? I'll tell you in a minute. Going inside the courtroom.
What you're supposed to do is go straight and then take the time, because you're in the wrong lane, to follow the law and then figure out another way to get to where you're going. Go make a U-turn, go to the next, keep going until you can make a U-turn. But one of your options isn't to make a left-hand turn from a straight ahead lane, period. Okay? So then he submits it to your insurance company. And what happens? They deny you.
Yeah, after not really responding, I tried to reach out to them. I had to send them a letter.
And then what about submitting it to your insurance company?
Well, it's an exclusion in New York State.
Well, actually what it is that your insurance would have to cover you for commercial use. That's what it is. You probably were paying for personal use, and then your insurance said, no. We're not going to pay you while you're using your car to make money as a Lyft driver. So that's what the exclusion is, because you'd have to pay extra to be able to use it for business use. All right, now you're suing for $4,223.68. You ended up submitting the claim to your insurance company, right?
Yes.
All right, and they paid you, right?
Yes.
That means you subrogated to them. That means there's a subrogation agreement. So your insurance company has a right to either seek that from his insurance company or seek that from him directly.
The total amount I am countersuing for, I want to get my $500 deductible back, and I just want to pay back the insurance so it doesn't affect my rates.
Has the new bill come in and did it go up?
No, not yet.
Right. When an insurance company pays out, you sign over something called, it's a subrogation agreement. And that means that you don't have the authority to seek the $4,000. You have the authority to seek what you're out of pocket. I know you're at, what's your deductible?
$500.
Did you have to rent a car or anything else like that?
The insurance covered that.
All right. So on your claim against her, no. And on her claim against you, absolutely, whatever you're out of pocket. If what you're prepared to prove to me is just the $500, then that's my order. $500, verdict for the defendant.
So the plaintiff finds for the defendant, or rather the judge finds for the defendant, not the plaintiff. Mr. Cunningham, you kind of caught the wrath of the judge there.
I didn't even get to ask her why the claim was $4,000 versus what I remember seeing the insurance company for $2,100.
Well, they paid it,
I wasn't
whatever her
able to,
damages.
I wasn't able to speak really, about the whole. I'm not happy with it, but that's.
Well, obviously you lost. I understand you're not happy, but the judge felt you were in the wrong, totally in the wrong.
Okay. I disagree.
I'm sorry. In court, the judge's word is what counts. All right. Ms. Sinque, you came out all right, okay?
Yep.
Were you surprised to get sued by him?
I was very surprised to be sued by him. Not surprised I won, but
Yeah.
I was surprised to be sued.
Okay. Good day for you in court.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Harvey?
Okay, so the one thing I know you can sue for is the deductible. That if you have a deductible in the insurance and they don't cover the first $500, you can at least sue for that.
This is the plaintiff, Marcia Hamilton. She says she and the defendant were good friends and almost dating when he asked if he could drive her car. Unfortunately, he ran a red light and another car hit them on the driver's side. She hit her head on the dashboard and the defendant smashed his head into the steering wheel. Now the guy won't pay her the $2,685 he owes. His cousin's a lawyer who's trying to intimidate her. Now she has no other choice but to sue this cad. Right here, right now. This is the defendant, Cartier Banks. He says the plaintiff threw him the keys to her car when they were going out for a bite to eat, and the car that hit them was the one who ran the red light. The impact was pretty severe, and they ended up crashing into a tree. The plaintiff then had her cousin call him on the phone and threatened that if he didn't pay up, they were going to make him disappear. Disappear? Nice people. He's accused of crashing his way right into court.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Be seated, come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Ms. Hamilton, you are suing Mr. Banks, your former friend, I guess. Here's exactly how we were talking and almost dating, but not boyfriend and girlfriend. What does that mean?
Isn't there like an in-between stage?
I don't know. That's like just like the very
when you're
beginning of
dating?
I don't know. You tell me. Like, how close were you? Close, or not really dating, just kind of friends, or?
No, like more than friends, but not boyfriend, girlfriend. Isn't there a middle? Isn't there?
Well, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. But, okay. All right. So you have started the beginnings of what could turn into a beautiful relationship.
Right.
And what happens?
Well, it was just the accident. I was still interested in talking to him, like, even though the accident had
No,
happened.
I actually want to get into the accident. That's what the lawsuit's about.
Yeah.
So tell me what happens. One fine day when you're hanging out, what happens? You're driving your car?
Yeah.
And it's a what?
06 Impala. Chevy
An 06 Impala. And then what happens that he ends up with the keys?
He asked for them, so I gave them to him.
And how many times had you been in a car with him?
A few other times, like.
And
not
who
too
was
many.
driving the other times?
He was.
So he always drove? Your car?
No, we weren't driving my.
Oh, okay.
Were you driving my car?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes, then.
Do you have a car?
Yes.
Did you ever drive her in your car?
Yeah, a couple times.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now this fine day where the accident happens, he asks you, can I drive? And you say sure. And then what happens?
He ran a light, and then we got hit.
He ran through a red light?
Yeah, he ran.
Were you
through
looking at the light?
I wasn't really, because I trusted him as a driver. Like he's
So
not
how do you know the light was red
reckless.
if you weren't looking at it?
But because I looked up in that instant, just because I
Hold
felt,
on one second. Let me get through. Let me do my thing. All right, go ahead. Okay.
I looked up in that instant, and then just like something just made me look up. I don't know what it was, but I look up, and then I saw that he had drove through it, and then that's when we got hit.
So you saw the light red before he drove through it?
Yes.
All right, so did you scream or say, watch out, red light, anything?
It was like a split second. Like, I really wish I had time to react, but it was no time. But so we got hit, and then.
How'd you get hit, on the right, on the left?
On
your side?
His side, right?
His side.
I think it
Okay,
was his
stop
side.
asking him for help. He's not gonna
I'm
help
sorry,
you.
I
All
can't.
right,
It
on
was
his
the driver's
side. Who's the lady with you?
My mom.
Okay, so you get hit on his side, and then what happens?
We did a spin, and then I hit my face on the dashboard.
Were you guys seatbelted?
No. I know.
Seatbelts save lives.
I hear.
All right. So both of you whack your faces against what's in front of you. You the steering wheel and you the dashboard.
Yes.
You're lucky you didn't go flying through the glass. So was it a high-speed impact? I know everything feels like a high-speed impact when it's an impact.
At the time, it did. Okay,
Right,
but he wasn't going like crazy fast. But when he was trying to run that red light, I think that's what made me, because he was trying to beat the light.
All right. According to you, did you run a red light?
No.
The other car ran a red light.
Yes.
According to you, would you have a green or a yellow?
Mine was yellow.
Say it again.
Yellow.
Your light was yellow, their
Yeah.
light was red. But then,
Correct.
was that car at a stop and then started too fast, or was that car coming, or you have no idea?
And they was coming so fast, but all the cars behind them going slow, and they finna stop because they like red.
Wait,
So I'm
slow down, back up.
Look.
Say it again.
So it's a lot of cars, like 3-4
Wait,
cars.
a lot of cars where? Behind you?
No, coming from this way. I'm
Okay, well,
coming
don't get
straight.
upset at me. I'm trying to understand.
Look,
You have
all
to
right,
be
so
clear.
these the other cars
Hold on.
right here.
I'm going to need you to come over here and turn around because you're disorienting me. Just come here a second.
Look.
Trust me. No, wait. Wait. Stop that. Okay, I got it. Hold on. Where are you? Are you your right hand or your left hand?
Straight. I was there this way because I was driving right here. Cars.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to go behind you then to try to understand. Okay, you're out perfect.
So
Go.
look,
All right.
Being a passenger, so you heard.
Okay, I'm the
All right, so
passenger.
look,
All right.
I'm driving straight. It's cars coming this way, but it's one that's going super fast, but the ones behind them is slowing down because the light is red, so they often stop. But that was going super fast, so I'm thinking they finna stop though because their light is red. So I'm still going straight because
How are
my
you
light-
seeing so much? If you got...
I'm looking, I'm driving, so I'm looking. And they right here, they coming this way. And I'm going straight, and my light is yellow, so I'm still going straight. I'm not finna stop. I'm trying to get there before the light turns red, so I'm still going straight. Their light is red.
Did you speed up?
Yeah, but my light is yellow still. My light, if it was red, I wouldn't win.
Okay.
Like, if it was red,
So
that means
you
stop.
go, and what happens?
They smacked me. They were supposed to stop. Okay. They were supposed to stop because the light was red. Like all the other
Okay.
cars behind them, they stopped.
Right.
But they kept going super fast and they smacked me.
Okay.
As soon as it happened, she like, yeah, I know it's not your fault. I'm like, all right,
She
good.
said that? I know it's not your fault?
Yes.
All right, go back to the podium. What happens at the scene? Did the police give a ticket to anybody?
Yeah, I got a couple tickets.
Right. What are the couple of tickets that you got?
I got driving without a license,
Uh-huh.
driving without insurance.
Did you not have insurance?
That wasn't my car. She
No,
ain't
I
have
know, but the insurance on your car doesn't cover you if you drive someone else's car?
I don't even think I don't got insurance.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't got insurance. But look.
Oh, before you
everybody
giggle
look.
and get all preachy, do you have insurance?
No.
I didn't say anything.
No. Right.
Look.
Do you have insurance?
No, I do not.
Right. Does mom know that?
She
She does now?
She didn't. She wish she did know that, but
Okay, exactly.
And you're not supposed to let nobody drive your car if you don't got insurance. If I,
Oh,
if,
yeah,
if
no.
I,
Wait.
Look,
Okay, let
if
me
I
just
knew-
say, did you guys end up dating or no? Because you're perfect for each other. All right? Are you kidding me? You just said that when you don't have insurance on your car?
I know, but I'm saying, yeah.
So now let's discuss the accident. What else did you get? Driving without a license?
yeah,
Where was your license?
I left it at the house that day.
Okay, and driving without insurance.
Yeah.
And what else did you get?
It was. I think it was just those two. Yeah.
Did you get a reckless driving? Did you get a running
No.
the red light? Did
no.
the other guy get a reckless driving or a running the red light?
No.
Did the other car, is there an accident report in the case?
yeah.
Yeah, the accident report will have both sides' names, or it'll say who. Does it have the other party's name? The car?
I don't think so.
You don't know? Was this a 3-car accident?
No.
What the heck am I reading? Who's unit 3? This is talking about a unit 3.
Man, I don't even think we had a police report. I don't even think that's ours.
No, it's your names. No, because is this?
I ain't getting no report. I don't even.
Well,
know
you
who
didn't
got
get
that
one. Doesn't mean that there wasn't one. What day did this happen?
The 16th.
Had y'all been drinking or doing anything else?
No.
How is it that the report says is that it was a 3-car accident, not a 2-car accident? Did you guys not notice that there was a 3rd car that got hit by a spinning car?
I didn't.
No. I'm
Yeah, it's
positive
in
it
there.
was-
Did
it
you
was-
guys, let me ask you a question. Before you come to court on something, did any of you actually read the police report? Mom, did you read it?
I just read it.
You just read it when? Now in the... Okay,
I didn't even know we had one.
what?
I didn't know we had one.
Did you bother to get one when you got sued? To find out what the... See, because here's what happens. According to the police report, you're driving here and
Yeah.
witnesses, not one witness, but 2 witnesses, one in a car that has nothing to do with this, and, no, I'm sorry, 3 witnesses. The person you hit says you ran the red light, or that hit you, says you ran the red light. She had a green light and was going. The person that she spun into in another car says you ran the red light. And then a 3rd bysitter in another car actually was a good Samaritan, waited for the police. That person said you ran the red light. Not only does everybody say you ran the red light, let me tell you how they say you ran the red light. That the car in front of you was stopping for the red light and that you went around into the bike lane in order to make the light.
No.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So if somebody throws their keys at you and says, drive home with me, their car, and you get in an accident, are you responsible?
Yeah, of course you're responsible because you're still driving the car.
But you're doing them a favor. They kind of threw it at you.
I mean, it doesn't matter because it's still your fault that you got into the accident.
You agree with that?
I disagree. Why? I think because they threw the keys at me, they're responsible. They didn't ask me if I wanted to drive.
Okay, who's going to be the deal breaker?
Just because they threw their keys at you doesn't mean that you have to necessarily drive. That's your decision to make to drive the car.
And once you do?
It's on you.
Okay, going inside the courtroom.
It's so interesting because that's not how you testified to it. You don't say that that's what he did. And you're kind of looking at me like that.
That's not what?
When he was driving, I was on my phone, so I wasn't.
Oh, were you? That's what I figured. You see? So I figured you didn't see that the light was red. I figured you perjured yourself in front of me. I figured you didn't see that there was another car. You don't. All the stuff that you say to make your case better, I know you're making up. I know you're on your phone. I know. I know you're not looking. Someone else is driving. Okay? But how are you going to get out of the little pickle I have that every single witness says you ran a red light?
My light was yellow.
Yeah,
positive.
I hear you. Repeating yourself.
Look, my light was yellow.
So tell me what the motive would be. I understand the motive for the person who you're in the accident with. They want the accident to be your fault because they don't want to pay for their own damages. But what do the other two people have to gain? What do they have? What motive do they have to lie?
None.
None. Exactly. What a pickle, huh? Okay. Show me the proof of the tow.
It's in the police report. It's mixed in with the papers.
You said it was mixed in the papers of the
Oh, yeah, it was. You're entitled to the value of the car, which you have estimated at $2,000, and that's actually pretty spot on based on. Oh, by the way, why did you give the police a different name? Do you have a license or don't
I ain't give them that. She gave
What
them
name
that.
did you
she
give
gave
them?
them my rap name. She don't know my real name.
She doesn't know your real name.
No.
Where did she get Cartier bags?
That's what everybody called me.
That's your what? Oh, you said your rap
I'm
name?
an artist.
Oh, okay.
Everybody calls me that. Everybody.
I got it. All right. After the accident, do you end up going to the hospital?
No, I didn't.
You don't. And did you have any injuries?
Yes, I did.
And what were your injuries?
I had a busted lip and a busted eye.
All right. And one of the things that you complain about is that you couldn't go to work.
Yes.
Why not?
Because I work at a club and having bruises on your face like that, it just, no one wants to tip that because it kills the allure. Like the point of a club is to
What kind of club?
It's a not a strip club. It's it's a nightclub.
What's the allure? What do you do there?
I sell bottles.
Okay.
So
they want you to look
you to look good. Yeah.
All right. But based on what I have read, I am finding in her favor for the amount of the tow and the amount of the car. I'm not finding in your favor for the amount of your lost wages because you feel like you have to look particularly pretty or it ruins a fantasy when you're selling bottles. $2,000, wear more makeup. That's what I do. $2,185, verdict for the plaintiff. Good luck, folks.
So the plaintiff prevails and gets almost $2,200. Mr. Banks is on his way out of the courtroom. You keep saying you're an artist. You never said what kind of an artist.
I'm a rap artist. I mean, I take that back. I could do every genre. I could do country for you, smooth R&B. If you like rock, I could do rock for you.
A little bit of everything.
I do everything.
And Cartier, why'd you pick the name Cartier?
That's a good question. It's for you to find out.
For me to find out?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I just thought it'd be interesting. It's an interesting name.
They call me Banks, though. That's my last name because...
They go by Banks. Okay.
Because I get the money.
Let me ask you this. 3 witnesses accuse you of the one who went through the red light.
Yeah.
How do you respond to that? How do you feel about that? You
Red
say you
light.
didn't. They all say you did. You're guilty, you know?
Yeah.
You still deny that?
Yep.
All right, you got to pay her, okay? Thank you very much. Wrong way. There you go. Dance your way out. All right, here comes Ms. Hamilton, who the judge thinks was not paying any attention at all when the accident, didn't know there was another car involved,
That's so
3
crazy
cars
she
altogether.
thinks that, because I looked up when I felt them started speeding.
No, you were on the phone. You just said you admitted it. Okay.
I was on the phone for a second.
All right. Look, well, you're going to get some money.
Right.
Not everything you wanted. You okay?
Yeah, I'm totally
All right. And I guess it never happened between 2 of you, right?
don't tell anyone, okay?
No. And you're not dating? Are you dating?
No.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, I'm saying
okay,
don't
cool.
tell
All
anyone.
right. Yeah, you were going to date, then no, now it's over. All right. Goodbye.
All right, see you.
Goodbye. Okay. Harvey?
Just one aside here, Doug, that, it is illegal to drive without a driver's license or insurance. But if you get in an accident and they say, well, they didn't have insurance or driver's license, that's not enough. You have to prove negligence in order to win a lawsuit like this. And not having a license, not having insurance is not proof of negligence.
This is the plaintiff, Mark Alford, against Anelli. He says he saw the defendant crash into his parked 2017 Lexus. By the time he walked to the parking lot, the defendant bolted from the scene, so he called the cops. Once his insurance contacted the defendant, she denied ever being there. After getting fed up with the insurance company runaround, he decided to sue this lady on his own and is seeking the $2,374.33 he needs to repair his car. This is the defendant, Nabria Shanti Sloan. She says the plaintiff's claiming her blue Chevy bumped into his Lexus, and she said she had no idea what this guy was talking about because she doesn't drive a blue Chevy. If she'd been in an accident, she would have owned up to it. She has insurance, and her husband makes good money, so she has no motive to hit and run. Bottom line, this is a case of mistaken identity, and she owes nothing. She's accused of crashing and dashing.
All parties, please use your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff says the defendant crashed into his parked 2017 Lexus, but she insists that she doesn't drive a blue Chevy, so she can't be the culprit. It's the case of, I did not drive my Chevy to the levee.
Thank you, Douglas.
Welcome, ma'am.
Okay, so you do volunteer work at a medical center, correct?
Yes.
All right, so sometime in July, this last summer, what happened?
On July 3rd at approximately 10 a.m., our facility opened its doors to accept clients. At about 10 after 10, the defendant walked into the facility, approached the director who was seated right behind me, and asked about an upcoming appointment. The director asked the defendant for her name. She did. The defendant gave her name, and then the director looked up all the information that needed about an upcoming appointment. The defendant then left the facility to go to her car. My office faces the parking lot. My desk faces the parking lot, a completely unobstructed view. I watched her walk across the parking lot, and the parking lot is very small. It only has 11 spaces. So we just opened up. There was only 3 cars in the parking lot. My car, the defendant's car, and another volunteer's car. I went back to work, and then I heard this loud, sudden crash. I look up, and I see a tan Pontiac had backed right into my Lexus. And I was shocked. I stood up to talk to the person, and without hesitation, she accelerated the car and flew out of that parking lot at a high rate of speed. I mean, I tried to run after her, and it was very intentional.
Describe the car for me.
It was a tan Pontiac is all I could see. I mean, now I have more information about it, but it was definitely a tan Pontiac.
Is that what you told the insurance company?
Yeah. Yes.
Did you ever tell them it was a blue Ford?
No.
Did you ever tell them it was a blue anything?
No, I didn't. I never.
Did you ever give a different color?
No.
Were you there that day?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
You weren't there at all?
No, I have records of when I went. I only went twice. And I went up there to get my information of when the last times I was there, and she pulled up my record. So,
what day do you go in to find out when your appointment is?
July 8th. It was on the 8th.
That's the day of her appointment, Your Honor.
Do you have your records?
Yes.
May I see them?
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. I don't know when you walked in there, but there wouldn't be a record of it because you're only walking in to find out when your appointment is.
Right, but
so it wouldn't be July 8th when you're walking in to find out when your appointment is, because on July 8th they're writing out an ultrasound.
But every time you go in, you have to sign
Then show me that. Show me signed-in records that show your name of when you came in.
That's
all right, so what's he talking about here? Do you have any idea what he's talking about?
No, actually, July 3rd, I didn't even know I was pregnant. I found out I was pregnant on the like a couple of days later, July 3rd, I wasn't even there at the center, but well, when I first arrived, my husband had dropped me off. And the parking lot, he said it was only 3 people in the parking lot. This parking lot is full. It was a lot of people in the parking lot. So I'm not finna park all the way down there and then walk all the way back up here. So he dropped me off in the front and he went back to park and then he walked back up with me. And he said that I hit his car so hard and so loud and fled the scene. For one, I had insurance on my car and I had my daughter in the car. Safety first. I don't care if it was my fault or whoever fault it was. If I would have hit someone's vehicle, I would have stopped to make sure my baby was okay, for one. And for two, I would have noticed that I hit somebody's car because the crash would have been loud enough for me to be like, oh, snap, let me stop. I hit somebody's car. And I have pictures of the parking lot.
Who was driving?
I was driving when we left. My husband was driving when we pulled up.
I'm going to show you a picture of the parking lot. According to you, go ahead and go over there. Go ahead and show me with your finger what you say it did.
Well, here's my view right clearly. I have a window right there. When I heard the crash, I saw the tan Pontiac impacted my car. That's the first time I saw it was right here. And then when I stood up, I heard the high acceleration of the vehicle, and she left so rapidly out of this way.
All right, go ahead and go back. Now, according to you, he contacts your insurance company.
Yes.
What did the insurance company say to you?
Well, they started giving me first thing they said was, we do not show her vehicle as tan. The police report verifies that she has a registered tan Pontiac, and I saw a tan Pontiac.
According to you, he told your insurance company it was a blue Ford?
Yes.
Do you have any evidence of that?
My husband, he was when they called, because they kept calling me, and I'm like,
do you have any paperwork to show me from your insurance company? Any of the
No, his insurance called me. They just called me.
Apparently, he goes to your house and takes pictures of your vehicle. Your vehicle's tan.
Right, but no, my vehicle is tan, but that's not what his insurance company was saying when they called me.
Okay, you're going to have to prove that. If I give you a recess...
Oh, I can't prove it, so I'm
yeah,
just
see,
not
that's
speak on
critical because that's huge.
Right.
If he's going around saying, it's a blue car, he didn't see anything.
Right.
And he's just guessing who.
But if he see my vehicle...
But if he says it's the lady who just walked in to find out when her appointment was, and we know you went there to find out when your appointment was, and if he says, I heard the crash and I looked and she was still connected to my car and it's a tan Pontiac, and in fact you drive a tan Pontiac, he starts to not sound like he's making it up, right?
Well, so I will give him that.
Who gave you her home address? How did you get it, I mean?
It was in the police report.
All right, and then you went by that home, correct?
Yes.
And you took some photographs?
Yes.
Okay.
My insurance agent suggested it was a good idea. And if you'll notice, the damage matches perfectly. Just want to give you an idea. Okay, now there's her vehicle.
That's her vehicle?
Yeah, and I circled, if you notice the black smudge on her bumper, I have black smudge on my car. And that matches perfectly.
Is this your car?
Yeah, that's my car, the white one. And you'll
Is
notice,
that the spot you park in?
Yes, that's ironic.
And here is the damage to your car.
Yes, if you zoom in, you can see the black smudge. I took other pictures that were closer. But that's my view right there. That's what I saw.
Right. Is this from your window?
Yes, and that's the black smudge.
Can I see the repair estimate?
Yes.
All right, let's talk about what we know and what we don't know.
So he identifies the car, says he saw her do it, and she was in the area. Is that enough proof for him to win?
Seems like a lot of coincidences.
It does indeed. Is it enough proof for him to win?
Does he have any other witnesses?
Nope. It was just him, but he says, I'm an eyewitness. I saw it.
So it's her word against his word?
Her word against his, but he identified the car. And she was there. Get back to me.
No.
That's not enough?
No. No. How could you prove that he actually saw her? It's his word against.
Yeah, but that's the case with any eyewitness, right?
He's the witness for himself?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Going inside the courtroom.
We know that something hit his car that morning. We know that because he immediately calls the police. We know that the something that hit his car is someone who was there between 10 when it opens and 10:28 when he places the call to the police officer.
Okay.
We know you were there. We know you were there because he happens to know that it was a day when you were walking in there to ask about when your appointment was. We know you say, no, the day I walked in to ask what my appointment was July 8th, but I know that's not true because that's a day where they were already writing scripts out for you. So I know that's not accurate. Your appointment was actually July 8th. So I know you were there beforehand. We know that he knows who it is because he's sitting there and he knows the one person who's been there. You know, this isn't a criminal case. You didn't get charged with leaving the scene of an accident, which is a crime, okay? It's a civil case where he has to prove that it is more likely than not. That's all he's got to prove. I'm asking you, if not you, then who? He's looking right out the window. That's where it is. He immediately calls the police. We know you were in there that day, and lo and behold, you drive a tan Pontiac. The damage on the corner of your car, it wasn't like a crash that would kill somebody, but it was a bump, and that cost money on a 2017 Lexus. It cost some cash. When you tell me my husband has a good job and I don't need to do that, I'm fully insured. Yeah, no one who leaves the scene of an accident necessarily has to, but when they do, they got to pay up. And there's a motive to do that, which is I don't feel like being in trouble paying a $500 deductible or whatever else people do.
But I didn't know I hit his car because I would have stopped because, like I said, I had my baby.
Maybe that's accurate. Maybe that's accurate.
And
maybe
if
you
I
didn't know.
would've drove
But I'm pretty sure you hit his car. Let's assume.
Well, $2,000 worth of damages from backing out like that.
Do you hear me talking?
I hear you. Do you hear me? That don't seem like $2,000 worth of damages backing out like that. I didn't bet. You can't even back out that parking lot that fast to hit this man's car and cause $2,300 and something worth of damages.
Now you sound like you hit and run.
Okay, well, I know what I did and I didn't do.
Even if we take away the tan Pontiac part, he's literally watching the car that just left. This is an office that's this big. And this is not like he walked out at 5 o'clock in the afternoon and then looked for somebody to pin it on because he noticed damage to his car. I know this because I know when he called the police, it's right on the police report. It's 1028. All right? I find that it is more likely than not you. I find that the damage to the vehicle is a reasonable damage. And I find that you need to pay him $2,374.33.
Okay. Good luck.
Well, in what's a fascinating case, Ms. Sloan, the defendant, the judge says she is convinced you did it, then you're going to have to pay for it.
I'm not paying for anything, baby boy. You're crazy.
What do you mean?
I'm not paying for anything, baby boy. You're crazy. Do you not understand? Because I didn't hit his car. Like, why would you come by my house? Do you know if I would have had something and you would have been in my yard, it would have went a whole lot differently. I didn't give you permission to come up in my yard. I'm ready to go. Like, now, please.
Well, you got a judgment against you for
$2,300.
$2,300.
Right, cool. Well, good luck getting it. That's all I got to say.
Okay.
I'm not scared.
Good luck with you then.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Well, Mr. Agostinelli, that's one of the issues in a small claims court. You may have to keep chasing her to get the money.
Well, that was one of my concerns. I knew I was 100% accurate in what I saw, and 100% certain she was there and she did it. And I did not go on her property to take her vehicle, take pictures of her vehicle. I was across the street and zoomed in on, got all the damage. Her damage matched my damage perfectly.
You really played detective here.
Well, I had to. I knew I had to do my homework, or it was just my word against hers.
Well, good for you. All right. Good luck. I hope you can. You got the judgment now. You got the power to go get the money from her. Okay. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay. Harvey?
You know, I got to say, take pictures as soon as there is an impact, even through the window. That will make your case.